Well, hey there, Paola here of PaolaPonceNails.com, your source for all things soft gel nail education. Today we will be creating the ultimate striping tape nail art challenge using Japanese and Korean gel products. We will be individually placing striping tape pieces and ensuring they last with no lifting or peeling of any kind. Our main products today will be from Zillaboo. I'll link you down below. Now before getting started, check out my 4-week-old gel manicure. I told you it would last. All right, let's begin. I'm going to start by removing my old set. When it comes to removing gel on myself, I sometimes do a few things different. For example, in the salon, I did not offer soak-off gel removals, but occasionally if I'm wearing a thin gel nail application, I would do it on myself. That is a soak-off gel removal. But today, I'm actually opting in for an Efile removal, and that is because I did a structured overlay application last time. This set is a little thicker, and so I will be using my Efile for removal, and having applied my previous gel manicure thicker will allow me to leave a thin layer behind for protection. I will be using my Session Efile. If you're not familiar with this brand of Efile, my sources tell me it is a must in Russia for the Russian manicure. The Efile is actually manufactured in South Korea, but again, it is a hit in Russia. I'll link you down below to it, as well as to my free guide on other Efiles I've used over the years, bits, and manicuring implements, all linked down below. Whenever using an Efile removal, I do recommend you crank up the speed to about 75% and work in long even strokes. So do that on all 10 fingers and then come back to me. Done? Alright, I'm now moving on to shaping, and this time going for an almond shape. Truth be told, anytime I deviate from this almond shape, I suffer from withdrawals. Before I shape with my emery board, I will be actually using my nail nippers. Never use your cuticle nippers to cut nail or anything other than skin, or you will dull your blades a lot faster. Now, this is a total optional step, but if you're a regular of this channel, you know I like to create a little bit of humidity by misting my area. This Lily Gel Fragrance Hand Mist is the ultimate treat for you and your space. You can also use a sprayer bottle with water and a couple of drops of your favorite essential oil to really make this a treat. Adding a bit of humidity to your space can help attract and pull down fine dust particles away from your breathing zone. After this, it's time for your cuticle prep. Push back the eponychium, scrape the cuticle from off of the nail plate, and refine with your Efile. The details on the particular cuticle bit I am using can also be found in my free guide. Lastly, refine the leftover gel layer with a hand file and sponge buffer. Alright, now it is time to move on to the exciting part, nail art. And my philosophy on nail art, if you're a current nail tech or an aspiring one, is to wear the type of art you will want your clients to opt in for. I cannot tell you how many times my clients requested the look I was wearing on their own nails, regardless of price, by the way. So again, we are creating the ultimate striping tape design using some of my favorite soft gel formulas, and there will be icing in today's cake via satin powder pigment. Yep, we're adding it for a touch of ice aurora nail action. Let's do this. And I'm going to be applying this gel as I have done in a previous video. If you haven't watched that video, I did it about a month ago. So make sure you catch up and watch that if you haven't already. By the way, notice how beautiful my natural nails are after that gel removal. Minimal damage, and I did use Efile technique. All right, here we are, finished with our base. Now we want to jump into applying our tape, which now I'm gonna go ahead and wear my gloves because I don't want to get any oils on the striping tape, because these oils will affect the adhesion of my tape. Now I can either apply a top gel to that or a non-white matte top coat to apply the striping tape. I like to keep my area more dust free since it is also my personal space here. So I'm just going to apply the matte top gel technique. Okay, here we are back again with the finished matte top coat, and it is non-wipe, so I do not have to wipe this. This is ready to go. I can apply anything on it, and you already know what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my pink, apply it here. I'm gonna take my purple, apply it there. Don't worry about pressing these down all the way just yet. Keep applying. Up to you how wide you want these applied apart from one another. Just make sure they're straight. Okay, now what you want to do is either press them down with your finger. Hopefully you're wearing a glove because you don't want to transmit oil onto this or it will not adhere well. Or if you have a specific tool for this, even better. Press all of the corners into the little crevice of the nail there. Make sure it's adhering very well. And I would definitely do this one by one so things don't get out of control. Now you want to get as close as possible to nipping this right at the edge with about a millimeter of forgiving space there, not all the way to the end of the nail. Leave a little bit of space so that your gel can go over and encapsulate the end. If you nip it all the way to the edge and you don't leave a space, or even worse, you leave some sticking out, then you're not going to be able to encase that end and you will have lifting. Save any long bits for another nail, and I do recommend you have these pre-cut already. Alrighty, looks amazing. Leave it as so and then just keep moving on. Make sure that everything is aligned before you cut. And just double check, ensure that you've cut everything close, but not all the way to the end. You've left a little bit of space there to encapsulate all of these ends. Very important, or this striping tape will lift. Keep moving on. All right, so now that that party is over, it is time to get in here and start sealing up every little bit of corner of the striping tape. Now, do not worry, it actually is going to be easier than you think. So what I want you to do is grab a firm texture brush, something small so that it has more firmness to it. I want you to take that same base that you used prior. I want you to take very minimal amount, nothing almost. And I want you to have your flash curing unit nearby, away from your gel, of course. Press down that tip of the striping tape that you are going to be sealing and really focus on what you want to seal. So I want to seal this whole side, so I'm going to quickly, with firm pressure, get in here and boom. Okay, about 5-10 seconds, bring it out. Now focus on the next bit that you want to seal. Grab a little bit of gel, hardly anything. Get in there fast. Boom. And last but not least, the last part here. Press down all your corners. You see why it's so important to wear gloves so that you can just do it with your gloves. Get in those corners, away from the skin. If you get something on the skin really quickly, jump in there, or with your gloves and flash cure. Have to work super quick when doing this. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing over here. Focus on those corners that you want to press down. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and with firm pressure, you really don't have much gel on your brush, go ahead and flash cure. If you wait too long, the gel is going to seep underneath that tape and cause it to lift, pop up, and you will either have to use a lot of gel to encapsulate that raised piece, and you may also have to buff it smooth. Okay, same thing here. You're gonna do this on all of your fingers. If you're finding that there is one stubborn piece that just won't stay down, go ahead and focus on that one piece and apply significant gel as it's still sticking down, and then flash cure. All right, and when you've got everything sealed in, like so, you want to go ahead and give this a full cure in your full power unit. And now we want to take a builder gel to encapsulate the entire design to really ensure that none of these striping pieces will come up. And you want to do this process one by one if necessary to allow for self-leveling. All right, we're back. This is what it looks like. So now I'm going to take some alcohol and remove the tacky layer, so the sticky layer from the gel, and then just make any light touch-ups with my file and then a sponge buffer. Always making sure to pull that residue down and not towards the cuticle area or the skin area where you may develop an allergic reaction. I'm just going to use this emery board. You can use a board file if you like, but I want to keep things gentle so that I don't overfile. I've already created the apex and the shape with my builder gel, so I do not want to destroy that nice shape. I'm just going over any part that I feel a rough surface. Alright, as you can see, that was pretty minimal. One of the last things I'm going to do is just retouch that shape one more time. And then I'm just going to come over here, buff everything nice and smooth with my 100-180 grit sponge buffer. After that, I'm going to move on and make these extra iridescent with a pigment and then finalize with my top coats. Should be fun. Alright, time to glaze these nails. Wipe the inhibition layer off with 90% alcohol. Go ahead and moisturize.